Hey, this is Randy Brown, President of Teamsters Local 728. Important changes in the law have been made impacting CDL drivers in Georgia. Local 728's produced the following training video so that you stay up to date on the changes. The Georgia Department of Driver Services recently held a CDL training at the Union Hall. Pay close attention to the following information to ensure you keep your license valid and your information stays updated with state and federal governments. Local 728 will continue to make sure that as the Georgia film industry prospers, so will our members.
As you came in, you should have gotten two handouts. The federal government has gotten very tight when it comes to cell phones with your CDL. If you are in a truck and you are caught on your cell phone, you are going to get an immediate $2,800 fine. Your company will get an $11,000 fine. If you've listened to the news, they are out with binoculars on overpasses. They also have an 18-wheeler rolling. The reason being is the accidents caused by a driver in a truck on a cell phone, you're going to kill whatever you hit. In 16 seconds, you will go the length of 3 football fields. By the time you look up, it's going to be too late. And I'm not saying this to be mean. I don't want to see anybody get hurt. I don't want you to get hurt, and I don't want the person in the other car to get hurt. You can have a Bluetooth. That's fine. By law, you can have that. But as soon as you pick up that phone and start texting or talking on it, you're in big trouble. This is your new medical card. This is a federal document. There's a mistake made on here, and if the mistake's made, you'll see a little section up here that says qualified by. If they mark that and you have a 2-year card, you now automatically only have a 1-year card. And if you're stopped at a wait station and a federal agent sees that, it does not matter that it says 2 years down here. You now automatically have a 1-year card. This is a vision waiver. They are very, very rare. I travel the whole state. I have found 9 of these so far. Only 1 had the vision waiver. The other 8 were all mistakes. There is no gray area with a federal agent. Either it is or it isn't, and you're not going to talk your way out of it. To give you some background, and Tony was talking about it, the Southeast is actually exploding when it comes to trucking jobs. We now make more cars in the Southeast than any place else in the United States. Savannah actually exports and imports more cars than any place else in the United States now. The other issue that we found is the average age of a CDL driver now is 50 years old. Very few drivers do I meet get a 2-year card because what's going to catch you? Blood pressure. Sleep apnea has become a big thing. And diabetes if you control it by pills. The thing with CDL drivers, and I respect you guys immensely because I speak to other companies, if I took all the CDL drivers off the road for a week, within 2 days this country would completely shut down. Most people do not realize virtually everything they touch, you have moved. In one way, shape, or form, you've had your hand in moving it somewhere. I'm going to take you through a program that's going to make it very easy. The state of Georgia has created a website that once you register will allow you to upload your medical card, to electronically signature your self-certification. Go back in 8 days and check that you're in, and you've never gone to a CSC to do anything. Now, once you create this site, it will send you an email 90 days before your medical card is due. As soon as you get that letter, immediately go in and start this procedure. The problem I find with most drivers, and I don't mean this in a negative way, but you will wait to the last week to do it. You have already had the computer generate a letter starting to shut you down. The system, everything is done by computer. Once we send out the letter, you now have 90 days to comply. The reason we do 90 days is because you now have to do a national registry. You have to have that clinic number on there. And if you are caught with sleep apnea, high blood pressure, diabetes, it may take you all of 90 days to get this paperwork done. And if you wait to the last minute, that's when you're going to have to go to a CSC to take care of everything. This website, if you want to write this down, www.dds.ga.gov is going to be your best friend. It is free. We do not sell anything on there. It is all secure. The nice thing about it is once you create this site, once you log in, it tells you how many points you have. Do you have any tickets? Is your license valid? Because we all live here in Atlanta, and you can even go to small rural areas in Georgia, the same thing's going to happen. Cameras are everywhere now. You're in your personal vehicle and you run a red light, you're going to get a ticket. You're going to know about this ticket if you create an account for yourself, even before it's mailed to you. www.dds.ga.gov. The next thing we're going to go to is Secure ID. How many have heard of Secure ID already? And your driver's license, and I'll go over this if you want me to look at your license. Up in the corner, you'll have a little gold star, kind of looks like the Star of David. All states will have to be compliant. Doesn't matter if you have a CDL license, a regular driver's license, or a state ID. You will verify who you are. When we were attacked, the people who attacked us got their driver's license in states where no one verified who they were. That's not going to happen again. We're doing all we can to protect us. And I know some people may say, well, you're overstepping. We need to know who you are. And if you say you're Bob Smith, you're going to prove you are Bob Smith. On this website, what it's going to walk you through when you go in to show who you are, you're going to need your birth certificate. If you have a passport that's up to date, that is a federal document, that will trump that. You're also going to need your Social Security card. If for any reason you do not have your Social Security card and you can't lay your hands on it quick enough, bring in your taxes from last year. That will have your Social Security number on it. We will accept that because why would you be paying taxes to a number that's not yours? The next thing you're going to need to do is bring in 2 proofs of residency. A P.O. box is not a proof of residency. You're going to bring in like a water bill, light bill, cell phone bill. That proves who you are. Now for the women that are in here, if you're married, you're going to have to bring in your birth certificate and your marriage license showing how your last name changed. If you have a passport that is up to date with your married name on it, we will accept that because that is a federal document. If you were married and you are now divorced and you have changed your name, you need a legal document showing how you did that. Your divorce decree would be able to show that. If you went from Betty Smith to Betty White and the divorce decree shows that, it shows how you got back to your maiden name. It's not that hard to be compliant, but it's not up for vote. You have to do it. Once you've got it in there, you're fine. Because you all have CDL license, you have to go in every 5 years. Where, let's say, I'm under 58, I don't have a CDL license, I could get it for 8 years, and then I could renew online again for another 8 years. You don't have that option because you're CDL. But so far as all the information in the system, yes, you're in there and we've verified who you are. The other place where drivers tend to get caught is when you move, you have 30 days to let us know that your address has changed. If you don't have a valid license anymore. And if you create an account, you can change your address on there. The next thing we're going to go to is CSCs. And what we've done is we have actually created on this website, we have over 65 CSCs in the state of Georgia with the addresses. If you're one of those drivers who have waited to the last minute and you have to go in because you got the letter stating your CDL is going to be revoked, you're going to have to go to a site physically and get it done. You may have to wait an hour or two, but if you go in there, it will be put in immediately and you can drive. The only thing I ask, if you go to a site that's open on a Saturday, get there before 7 o'clock in the morning, because we're only open till noon, and every high school kid within 50-mile radius is there trying to get their license. The next thing we're going to go to is your self-certification form. Now, this is the long one. If you do it online, it's actually much easier. But if you see the letter A up there, whenever you fill this form out, initial A. The reason being is that will allow you to drive anywhere in the United States. It doesn't cost you any more money to do that, and I want you guys to be as sellable as possible to any company out there. And if you mark A, you can drive anywhere. We have put together, it's a 5-page list of all the questions you could conceivably ask of why you have to do this, with the answers for you. And that's all on the website up here. And we've made it very easy. Now we're going to go to the federal website, and he's got the link there. We have put this on here because you have to go to a National Registry doctor now. And it's a little different here because you're not like if you worked for Yellow or Brown. You're going to go to the National Registry of Examiners, medical examiners. Click onto there. You notice this brings up the entire United States. He's going to put in the zip code. Yeah, do the zip code for here. And you can search between a 10 and a 500-mile radius. We're going to go ahead and do 25 miles here. And that gives you 12 pages of doctors and clinics you can go to within a 25-mile radius of this site, and they will have a National Registry number. Makes it very easy for you. We've linked the federal website to ours, so once you get onto our website, everything you need right down to your National Registry number is right there. Even though you're a member of this Teamsters union, your driver's license is still yours. And we've made it as easy as possible for you to be compliant with everything. The first thing that appears on your screen when you log in is it's going to tell you your license is valid or it's not. It will tell you that you have secure ID. If you have any tickets because you have ran a red light, it will show there. If for any reason you have not paid child support and it has revoked your license, it will show you your license is revoked. It will split into 2 screens. It will allow you to electronically do your self-certification and will allow you to upload your medical card, attach it, send it to headquarters, go back in 8 days, check. When it's in there, it will appear blue on the bottom, and it shows that you're in and you've never gone to a site. And you've taken care of everything you need to do for your medical card and self-certification. You can't get any easier than that. New York, California, and Illinois are looking at our site because I'm very proud of the state of Georgia. We probably have the easiest site out there for CDL drivers to get their license renewed, easier than anybody else out there. Do you have any questions for me? Hazmat, not once a year, but every time your hazmat comes up, which is every 5 years.
Correct.
Your medical card could be every 1 year. The longest you'll get it for is 2 years. But if you have a medical card that's 1 year, you can do this on here without having, now when it comes to your hazmat, when that 5 years is up, you have to go for that. But to attach your medical card, you can do that right here. You're going to bring your most recent name.
Okay.
Because if you've remarried and you have a new name,
Passport, if you've got a passport, that takes...
that covers everything. As long as your passport's up to date and in your married name,
Yeah.
it covers everything. The only time I find that it's different, a lot of the younger ladies that I'm finding, especially in Atlanta when they get married, they don't change their last name anymore, strictly because of the sheer headache it is to do it. I understand why companies do NVRs, but an NVR isn't always up to date as if you were on our site. You could have I could, as a company, could pull your NVR and show that you're legal. You got a ticket a week ago. That ticket's on there. Yeah, you're legal by the MVR, but it could be a DUI and your license would be revoked, and I don't know it. But if I went on that website, I would know immediately your license was revoked. If you want help, and I'll show you how afterwards, the website is created to help you. There's nothing you won't know about your license, and you could check anything you want. When you click into this, it will not activate because I don't have a CDL. It would automatically go to 2 screens. The top screen would be your self-certification. You have an A and B. You would immediately mark A. Hit continue. You are not going to fall into any of the categories that are there, so you're going to go down and say, I do not fall into those categories. Hit continue. You're going to get another little screen that says, do you agree with the state? You just say yes if you want to go any further. If you want to read it all, that's up to you, but trust me, just click into it and say yes. You're going to go to the next screen. It's going to say, do you want to finish? You're going to say finish. You have now electronically signed and done your self-certification. It will now click over to your medical card, which you will have to do as an attachment. I'm sure they can help you here at the office if you need it to upload it. Everything is going online to computers. Your paperless logs are going away. Everything is going to be done by computer. But we've created this to make your job and to manage your CDL very, very easy. And you can be compliant with everything the federal government wants with no problem at all going onto this account. I want to thank you for giving me time, and like I said, I will stay afterwards and help anybody out who needs it.
Thank you, Ron.
Thanks.